Hey guys, it's me, EODGamer here. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how I actually leveled my hero from level basically 65 all the way up to 150 in just under a day. Let me just show you here. I just finished my run, 2 hours here with about 11 levels that I have, including AFK time for the last 11 hours. But in total, for 11 levels. But in total, it took me roughly around 16 hours, I believe, in total. In this video, of course, I'm going to be sharing with you a more free-to-play approach. It might take you slightly longer time. But if you are interested in power leveling, how do you level so fast? Maybe you're preparing for an upcoming character, you want to sell them for a lot of Nesos. In the pinned comment, I share with you my power leveling strategy in detail. But let's get on with the heroes. We're going to be talking about a lot of things, but let's start off first with the most important basics. How do you use your skills? What do your skills do exactly? And what will help you mob faster? So, when you first start off the game, every single skill here, you basically will upgrade your mobbing skill every single job that you have. So job 1, Slash Blast, if you are finding it very difficult to level hero below level 100, I totally feel you, I totally agree. Below 110 is actually when hero is slowest at leveling. After 110, it gets a lot faster. And if you think about it, bulk of your leveling is going to be from 110 to 200. That's when the time is going to be, right? So from your first job skills, just use your general mobbing skill. The only one that you're going to keep is your leap attack. You jump up in the air basically, or your upward charge rather, and then leap attack is to jump down. So this is really good for bossing later on, but we are not really talking about bossing videos. If you're interested in more of that, it's on the channel already. But none of these you're basically keeping. You're just going to use this Slash Blast for majority of your skills as well. For second job is when you unlock the thing that's unique about a hero. That's going to be your combo ops. This is a toggle. Some people of you that like maybe start hero, you're not sure what this is. Make sure you always turn this on every time you log into the game, because most or a lot of your damage is coming from this combo ops that you see floating around. Basically, you hit monsters, you get combo op, increases your damage. For now, let's just keep it at that. Your skills also change. You now, instead of your whatever skill, you now have Brandish. This will, of course, evolve and change later on once you get into your third job, fourth job. But the one that you keep for a really long time is Flashblade. So this is the first skill from third job or second job that you really will use. So what this does, it basically is this skill over here, which allows you to cut into enemies. So let me just go ahead and find some random monster real quick. Let's come into here and I can show you what it does. So when you hold Flashblade, you jump directly into the enemy. What I like to do is I like to set it on a notifier over here, so I know exactly when the cooldown is done, so I can quickly jump to the next monster. So you can point your arrow key. So for example, if even though there are monsters here, I point my arrow up and I hold down the key, which in my case is alternate, this Flashblade skill. So up arrow key, jump, and alternate together. You can see immediately I jump up. Of course, there's a cooldown, so I can't always use it, but now it's available, I can do that again. And this helps with mobbing tremendously, and it starts from second job. So a lot of people that don't know this will not play hero to its full utility, but that's something that is very important to know with Flashblade to help you more. I still use it now at fourth job, and I even use it on original server Maplestory when my hero is already like 260 plus levels. I can't remember the exact one. But importantly, for Spirit Blade over here, this increases just some damage. This is really good. Attack of 30, and it also has some other bonuses. But the damage bump is great for anyone other than magicians. So have this buff on. I put it on a pet here to auto buff me, but this is going to be useful all the way as well. The rest of the masteries are also quite decent, and it's all just good positive adds. Once you hit third job, you are going to be at next skill. You're going to upgrade your mobbing, which is now called Intrepid Slash. This will also upgrade later on, so don't worry too much about it. The one that you keep is Beamblade. This Beamblade is similar in a sense to Flashblade, where instead of jumping, you've now sent a blade flying. So on normal cast, for example, if I stand here, if you cast it without pointing anything, it's just a beam that flies. This is great for drawing aggro if you can't one-shot them. If you're stronger, you one-shot the enemies as well to help you do a lot of things. But more importantly than not, this beam blade is useful because you can point it diagonally as well using your arrow keys. So for example, if I hold the right and up at the same time and I press beam blade, you can see the blade goes diagonally and it hits to the upper platform as well, allowing you to do all sorts of funny combinations to hit different areas to help increase your mobbing speed. So you combine these together, you basically have quite a lot of mobbing speed and mobility even from third job, and it's going to help you a lot because Intrepid Slash is honestly a very small AoE if you're trying to use the Intrepid Slash for the most of the time. The next skill that you keep, Beamblade, I still keep right now and I still use it all the way, even plus 250 later on. But another one that you keep is Rush. This is useful, especially if you're not strong enough. One of the areas, we will go into areas in a little bit, but one of the areas, for example, if you're not strong enough to like one bang these guys, what you can do is you can just like, just drag them, just keep poking them, dragging them to one corner like that. It's going to help you a lot, especially if you can push them and then you can Intrepid Slash them at the corner. Is going to be very useful. This is also useful in bossing, but we will not go into the bossing mechanics of hero. I'll do that in another video as well, where we talk about boss mechanics too. So that is basically much for all the castable one. The rest of them are all passives, so you can get them as you want. Scarring Sword here is quite straightforward. Pierce enemies and you can decrease their accuracy and attack power 30%, which is just a nice buff to have. Maybe if you have a Night Lord that's really squishy, you can help him out as well by lowering the boss's attack to prevent a one-shot for an unfunded Night Lord or something. So pretty nice. Next up, let me just kill this guy so that the transparency will go away. For here, now once you hit the 4th job, which is basically 100 and up, this is where you will get your mainstay skills. Importantly, Raging Blow is going to be the skill that you'll be using for basically almost eternity of a hero already as your main bossing skill. But the one that is actually really important is Puncture. So a lot of people will level Raging Blow, but this is not really quite useful. Instead, because you don't really do massive amounts of bossing below 150, Puncture is actually the thing that you are going to use. So Puncture looks like this. When you puncture, you hit multiple platforms easily. So you can even hit the ones much further away. So for example, let's go into like a typical place. For example, let's go into Kerning Tower over here. If you come into this platform, your Raging Blow will only hit barely anything. But if you use Puncture, I'm able to do a lot more AoE and hit a lot more monsters all at once. And this is really, really fantastic. So Puncture also gives you additional damage to normal monsters. You can see just below on the 3rd line, current level, MP cost, and damage against normal enemies, plus 50%. That's why it's very, very efficient. The downside of Puncture, unfortunately, let's just go back to Genesis here. So nothing is blocked. The downside of Puncture is you can't level this the moment you are at level 30. You have to wait for your advanced combo ops to hit 30 first, or in this case 20. Once you hit 20, then you can start pumping into Puncture. So you do have to give like 105-ish kinda in order to start adding Puncture. But I would highly recommend you keeping Raging Blow at 1, level your combat advanced combo to like 20, and then go full out on Puncture. This will be your main mobbing skill to help you do a lot more damage. Once you're done at Puncture, go back to advanced combo ops. You can add in like a 1 point on combat mastery if you do like some sort of bossing, maybe like Zakum on a daily basis. It helps you speed it up a little bit. So you can add 1 point in combat mastery. You can add 1 point in like advanced final attack, just for a little bit of bonuses as well, just from that 1 level gain is also fine. But there, the lowest priority probably will be like power stance. Hero's Whale probably the lowest priority to max, and Rage also towards the end you can max it like closer to 140 because you won't be doing too much bossing that you need that additional 25% damage anyway. Magic Crash, just have it 1 level is good, but you probably won't use it until like Chaos Queen, so not really like massively useful as well. So in order, I would say level 1 Raging Blow, 20 combat order advanced combo, go for Puncture, and then after that return to either finish your advanced combo op or Raging Blow. These two, you have a lot more damage. Then after that, you can go into your advanced final attack for even more damage if you can't one-shot monsters, and then you can go on to whatever is the rest. Maple Warrior if you need additional damage just to squeeze out a little bit of damage to like 1-shot, 2-shot, or 3-shot the monsters as well. And that will be my recommendation for your combos. In terms of hyper, you don't really have too much choices at 140 to 150. I recommend you just add in the advanced combo reinforce. You can just go the advanced final attack reinforce just for a bit more damage. You can do Raging Blow if you wanted, but again, this is more specific for bossing. Since now most of the time we're just grinding, we're going to be focused on anything that can help us increase grinding damage, since we are mainly using Puncture rather than Raging Blow to do damage. Cry Valhalla just gives you a bit of crit, gives you a bit of attack. Great to help you every 120 seconds. go into like a bit of an enraged state to help you maybe breach a certain threshold of 1-shot, 2-shot monster. It does give you a lot of attack power as well. So that is basically how it works for a hero in terms of the skills, how to use the skills and the combo. Pretty straightforward class, but now let's go into the next thing that I want to talk about is what quests are very important. We will jump into quests and then we will talk into the mobbing patterns as well. Again, if you are looking to speed run characters, you have no time to waste, you want to like run a character as quickly as you can, the pinned comment has power leveling guides specifically to help you level really, really fast as well for your character. Now, in terms of quests that I think is really important, bossing quests are the priority that you want to do. Up till like the first notes here, you probably don't have to do anything for like normal Horntail and whatever not. But at level 125, you want to do this quest over here, the Root Abyss quest. Every single character has to do it. If it's your new character, you have to do it as well. So make sure you do this one. The Root Abyss quest, you can start at 125. I recommend you start there as well. And then thereafter, you can go on to like the Von Leon quest line, the Lion King quest line if you can. If you can do the Arcarium questline, the Silent Crusade at 140, this is highly recommended. You definitely want to get this one because you get a free ring, you get a free title as well, some free stats. So these are the kind of like the critical ones that you want to do. Silent Crusade, a bit of the Lion King, the Root Abyss as much as you can. And that's pretty much going to be around for your 140. If you can get your legendary ability, great. If not, crit rate, attack is all pretty solid. Strength stats are great. If you can somehow get attack speed +1 on hero, these are all really fantastic as well. But anything that is damage contributing to your character early on, I think is good enough in my opinion at least. So this is pretty much my stats right now that I'm running at. I'm not like talking about my stats because this is not like a bossing video or a gearing video. If you're interested in more of that, it's a totally separate video because this is just like helping you farm faster, helping you get to a certain level faster as well. We have other guides on the channel for other characters before we get into the mobbing. If you're interested in any of them, you can even check out on the channel. Basically, these are characters that I've leveled anything 150 plus. I probably have a video out there already teaching you how to level. I have some other characters that I'll take up slowly and do more videos for you guys. More characters to come, so you can check it out if you're interested. And if you want to join our guild we do like weekly bossing from August onwards, you can consider joining us as a tier 3 member. We do weekly bosses together and I also carry you with my stronger characters. But now, on to the next one, which is going to be what's the farming routine? So from 1 to 65 is the easiest. Just stay at these 4 places as long as you can. Now, a secret tip that I have is sometimes if you finish at like 59 or something like that, you might be like, oh man, I have to grind a little bit more. My tip is once you finish like 1 Illenia Ferry Academy, 1 Gold Beach, come into one of these sections, like go into the 6-path crossway here, and then like just jump into this center point, and then you go all the way to the right. This is how you like speed up the rune quest to min your character. So you come into here and then you like change channels because you have to wait for the 15-minute cooldown, find an empty rune, activate that rune because very often you'll probably be waiting for the rune cooldown to hit level 65 to min. So that is a quick tip that I have. So for 1 to 65, just do these 4. If you have a bit of access, you can just farm here in Sleepy Wood. Thereafter, from like your 59 to 65, anyway, you need like take some runes to mint your character in MaplestoryN. So that is my recommendation for here. It will take you roughly, if I'm not wrong, about 3 hours left and right. Depends on how fast and how much you can grind. Or maybe up to 4 hours if you are super slow and you go for lunch and stuff like that. From 60 to 69, in my opinion, all of these 3 recommended ones are pretty good. The hero sadly likes the Silent Swarm, this center one the best, which is the most popular map. This is the one that I just entered, the one right here. This is the best because you can just simply do this. You can easily move from platform to platform. You can jump down. You can intrepid slash all of them. And it's pretty much a very, very simple routine. You teleport up here. You smack all of them with your... Oh, sorry, let me just use a mobbing skill like this. And then you whack all of them. And then you come down and you teleport back up. And then you just keep repeating this routine. So this is a fantastic, fantastic place. But I know, of course, not always you have like these areas that are like super, super good to farm in. If you manage to get your next skill of like slightly higher, one area that you can consider is going into this part here, this castle corridor, if you have a bit more damage. But unfortunately, it's not really great for hero because it's a very, very long lane. So this is actually much less preferred. So by the time you actually like clear all these monsters and you go over, it's like super, super long. So I don't really like this one too much. But if it's really crowded, depending on when you're playing, what time you're playing, these are some options as well. So from 60 to 69, really this is the best in slot. If not, you can go to the Humid Swamp, which is just on the right hand side, to give you a bit more options as well. So I don't just want to give you one map here. So this is also okay, but you will find it very difficult as a hero to reach to all the platforms. Another option that you have, another last one, because I don't just want to teach you like on the guide, anyone can do that, right? So if you are looking to farm even faster and you don't mind traveling a little bit with this danger zone taxi, so take this taxi over here, you'll teleport you all the way to this part here. And what you can do is you can farm in these maps over here, which is your wild cargo maps and your tormencies and these maps, because it is relatively short lanes. You don't really move on too much, and there are many maps that look all more or less the same. So like these areas here, great to level from like 60 to 65. It probably will take you maybe like 15 to 30 minutes if you have no like extra EXP and whatever not. So these are some areas that are pretty good to farm in if you are looking to stretch that out. So that is for the 265 to 69, 70-ish. If you want to do it even faster, you want to grind even faster, you can actually farm in areas ahead of your level. So 70 to 79 is the next example, which is nice. Let me just get out of this map as well. Can't teleport on this map. So for the next range, you want to come into this part over here, and I like Stairway to the Sky the best. This is one of my favorite maps. This rotation is very easy for a hero. Let's start all the way from the top here. This is when like you probably already will have Flashblade. So make sure you're using Flashblade, because that last jump you want to like Flashblade up. But I always start from here. Let's say you hit them with your whatever mobbing skill that you have. Just slash here once, slash here again. So you hit like this, you can jump a bit, hit the upper platform. And once you reach down here, you jump on this cloud thingy. You fly all the way up, and then you Flashblade up. So you can guarantee that you lock onto the platform. And you just keep repeating this process. This is a really, really solid place to farm for a hero, because the lanes are not too wide as well. So it's very, very efficient. It will save you tons of time. Next up, of course, 70 to 79 is good. Then comes the next area, which is the 80 to the 89 area. Personally, I honestly prefer the Sahil to everything else. One reason is because these areas here, like your Ice Valley, Shaft 4 is actually really strong. Very, very crowded. Can never find a slot. So if you can find a slot, great. Shaft 4 is the best in slot. But Sahil and Sahil 2 is actually my favorite option. It's a much better location in my opinion as well. So Sahil 2 is this one, which is you can teleport here using the guide, and then you can go all the way to the left here. And I love this map a lot. This is really, really solid because it's a really, really tiny map. So you can see it's just left and right, one platform, and you're just, even if you need like 2 hit them, 3 hit them, it's very easy because it's very short. So you can just go move from left to right. Really, really solid stuff. Really fantastic as well. So that is for going into basically from the level range of 80-ish all the way to, you can push it to like 100 if you really wanted to. But because it says here is like Sahil 2 and Sahil 1 is like right here. So you can easily teleport this one, come over here, 80 to 100, you can grind this area. The other option is authorized personnel only. This is, in my opinion, one of the best areas, but it's always very crowded. So you want to come in here, you go from left to right here and smacking all of them, and then you just like jump left and right, left and right. Very, very simple rotation, not too much edit. But basically, when you are doing this, you will level up very quickly. This is a very crowded area, of course, but otherwise you can just go like Sahil 2 as well. The next option is going to Leaf Free. So let me just jump into here real quick. One other option, once you hit like 100, is coming into Leaf Free here. You can always go into the 6-path crossways to get to areas ahead of your level if you're slightly higher level. So you come into here, go all the way to the left, and you will be able to find my preferred map when you are farming with a hero, and that is this Rash. So it's a 3-platform lane. It's a bit awkward at times for a lot of classes, but for hero it's not much of a problem because you can stand here, you can throw your blade up, you can clear those, and then you can like just continue on here. If you accidentally drop, no worries, you can just like flash blade up, so you can immediately jump back up without wasting too much time. So some characters, some classes might find it a bit annoying, but for hero I find it generally quite okay because these 3 platforms are quite manageable for hero. Even if you drop off accidentally, you can go back up. So I do like this place quite a bit. And you'll probably be staying here from like 100 all the way to like 110. And once you hit 110, you want to head over to Ludibrum. This is really, really fantastic. And let me just show you right now, since I didn't show you just now, how do you go to areas ahead of your time, or if you didn't unlock the map. You come to 6 Path Crossways, you come all the way up here to this interdimension portal, and it teleports you to this place called Pantheon. Then you click on whatever this is that you immediately teleport towards. Double click on it and you can choose any area that you want to go to, even if you don't have the map unlocked, you haven't done the quest. So in this case, we want to go to Ludibrum here. I haven't finished the thing. So you can just like teleport here to Ludibrum and very easily you can go to the map. For the robots, the robos, this is where you can find it. In my opinion, like this robot over here, Toy Factory Apparatus Room is like the best in slot, which is this one here. So you can just like double click on the world map to get a better location. And then you can just like follow the areas to go. This area is also decent, but it might be a bit more trickier to reach, especially if you only have Intrepid Slash. Unless your Puncture is already at higher level, because your Raging Blow might have do not enough damage to like hit all them. This platform is also pretty good. You can see here, Raging Blow can hit most of these monsters without jumping. You can just like jump 1 or twice. So if Apparatus Room is too crowded, you can always come to these areas as you're going. But the reason why this is one of my favorite areas is because you pretty much just stand on this center platform over here, hit the 2, jump down, hit the 2, and it's all very, very condensed, very, very nice rotations. So pretty solid. It's just 3 platforms of monsters. So very, very good area as well. So that is my recommendation from the levels of 110 to 119. It gets a bit tougher because all these areas honestly are really quite bad from 120 to like 130. This is when I will either just stay here at the toy apparatus room a little bit longer, because the monsters are like 113. You only start getting like massively EXP loss above 10 levels. So you can force yourself to stay here around like 125, do the Root Obese quest, and then maybe move on to your other quests as well. Because 125, a lot of them starts unlocking. So once you hit here, the next one you want to go to is actually into your Golden Temple over here, or this Korean folk town. You can teleport to Korean folk town earlier if you want to, also if you don't feel like doing quests, but I will highly recommend you go to this Black Mountain entrance as soon as you can. Again, if you don't have the teleporter ready, you can always just come back here, jump up once, twice into this place over here. It can basically take you anywhere. So this is a massive lifesaver. And we're just going to go into Korean folk town over here. And prompt me a little bit. But what we are just coming to do is on the left over here, Moon Bunnies. This is really, really fantastic area to grind in. And you probably can stay like here all the way to 140. So if you can do it like 125, if you are slightly under level, I think it's fine, 125. And then you're just coming here. This is fantastic because you don't even have to jump to the upper platform. All you just need to do is stand here, left to right, hit the monsters, left to right like this. And then from time to time, you can just dash, you can just send your blade flying, you clear all the monsters. If it's too crowded like it is today, maybe you can go into the next map, which is this map over here, around the pond which is the next map. This is also super easy to farm. Look at this. It's just like left and right, the monsters only spawn just on this area. They don't even spawn anywhere else. They don't like climb up to this like upper section over here. So it's really, really fantastic. You can do a lot in this area. And you can grind here all the way to like 140. Once you reach 140, my opinion is don't do the memory lane unless you're doing like the Ping Bing quest line. Kerning Tower is, in my opinion, the best slot. It's really, really fantastic, this area here. And you will grind here all the way. Not because of the density only, but it's because the hero's skills work very well in all of these lanes. Let me just show you what I mean. So, for example, the first one that you can teleport here, which is the 2F Cafe, that's going to be this one over here. By now, you will have your skill Puncture leveled up quite well. And if you hit Puncture, you can actually hit most monsters in the lane. So you will clear the top 2 platforms very fast. This guy's like question marking me. He doesn't know that I'm making a video. So you puncture this one and you will just clear a lot of the monsters very quickly. But it gets better as you go on to this side. So I puncture, and then because these ice cream guys are so tall, they can get hit. So the tiny ice cream cones can't get hit on all 3 platforms, but you can hit the big ice cream makers on the center platform. So as you keep going right, hero works very well. So there are more ice cream machines on the bottom side here, you can see. So all I'm just doing is just 1, 2, 3. And then you can just jump on the center platform, hitting all of them. This is fantastic. Sometimes if you need to clear the small ice cream cups, you can always come down to clear them. But that's pretty much the rotation all the way. And you're going to stay here all the way from like 140 all the way to 150. And thereafter, of course, we will have more content for you guys as well. This is a really, really solid class, really good character as well. Very easy to play, very, very straightforward. And I hope that you guys found this video helpful. Otherwise, I will be making more hero guides on equipment, gearing, how to boss, step-by-step thought process as well. And see you guys. If you want a level, power level, click the pinned comment below. It'll be very, very useful. 20 years of experience in MapleStory. I'm teaching you all the secrets I have so you can accelerate the amount of money that you make. And see you guys in one of the next videos.